Hi everybody, this is 166A, the last regular class lecture. This is for Thursday of week 14. Next week on Tuesday, we will have the practice final exam available for you on Canvas to work on any time. And then next week, Thursday, April 30th, will be the first pass of the actual final exam. Remember, that has to be taken actually at 9:30 on that day, April 30th. And then after those grades are posted, you can decide whether or not you want to take it the second time, which is Thursday, May 7th, our final exam time at 10 a.m. I strongly recommend taking it both times. It can't hurt you to do it a second time. Let's get started with some compound intervals today. Go ahead and copy down what you see here without the rests in the treble clef. I will play the bass note and then an upper note. Just like before, you write down what that upper note is and then label the interval below. Here we go, the first one, above D. And again. Next, above F sharp. And again. Next, above A. And again. Next, above E flat. And again. Next, above G. And again. And finally, above B flat. And again. Here come the answers. As always, make sure your interval labels match what you wrote for the upper note. So for example, in that second one, if you wrote the upper note as F natural, you would have heard that pitch correctly, but then it wouldn't be a major 14th, it would be a diminished octave, which I think is more confusing. So make sure in that situation, you're thinking of the half step below F sharp as E sharp, like the leading tone in the key of F sharp. Same thing with the tritone, G up to the D flat, I put as a diminished 12th. If you notated that upper note as C sharp, that would be completely fine, but then you have to call it an augmented 11th. Let's go on to an error detection. We will be in the key of F sharp minor here. Take a minute and look this melody over. Here's what F sharp minor sounds like. There will be 6 errors, and as always, the first and last notes of the melody will not be the errors, and errors will always have at least one correct note in between them. The errors will not be right next to each other. We are in 4/4, even though the meter is not actually displayed. So I'll count you in. Here we go. I'll play it one time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Remember, there are 6 errors total as you go back to hear this again a second and third time if you want to. And here come the answers. So looking at these 6 errors, we see some different types of errors represented. The trickiest ones to find are when the note is moving in the same direction as what you see, but it's either going too far or not far enough. And so on that first one, it should just step down from Do to T, E sharp. Instead, it leapt all the way down to Sol, C sharp. Measure 3 was tricky because it should have skipped down by a augmented melodic second from E sharp to D natural. Instead, it skipped all the way down to C sharp, which is a major third. You can look at the rest of these. I encourage you to sing through this melody and play through it at the piano. Sing it both ways. Sing it the way it was printed originally, and then sing it this way with the errors in there as well, and see if you can feel the difference as you sing it and play it between what it should have been and what it actually was. All right, let's go on to a harmonic dictation. We will be in the key of F major. It's 4 bars long with 7 chords total. Go ahead and pause this and copy it out. Make sure you get soprano line, bass line, Roman numerals with the inversion symbols, any non-chord tones in the soprano, and we haven't been doing this as much, but make sure you label the cadence at the end. That will be on the exam as well. Here we go. We are in 2-2. I'll count you in 1 and 2 and. Here's F major. I'll play it one time. 1 and 2 and. Go back now to hear it again. You will have, I believe, 6 times of the harmonic dictation on the final exam. And here come the answers. Tricky chords here. Notice 7 half diminished 6-5 in the second half rather of measure 1. That is E half diminished 7. E is the root of that chord, which is T in the key of F. E, G, B flat, D, and G is in the bass, so it's 7 half diminished 6-5. Then we have a 4-3 suspension in the soprano over the 1 chord, and then 2-6-5, G minor 7 with the third of the chord B flat in the bass, then a cadential 6-4, F over C, leading to, as we would expect, 5-7, but with an appoggiatura in the soprano. Remember, appoggiatura, we leap into the dissonance and then step away, and that almost always occurs on the beat and then resolves to 1 with a PAC. As with everything, I'm saying this a lot, but it's good advice every single time. Play through this at the piano. Play through it 4 times and sing each voice part once. Anything you can do to connect your ears and your fingers and your eyeballs to the notes on the staff is a good thing that's going to build connections to help you hear and sing better. Let's go on to a rhythmic dictation in 5-4. This will be 6 bars long. So copy this out without the rests, but I would put in little tick marks where each rest goes so that you can keep track of the beats per bar. Take a moment and write that out. And here we go. I'll count you in. Be ready for triplets. Not too much syncopation here, but triplets alternating with other note values. Here we go. 6 bars. I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go back now to hear it again. And here come the answers. Finish today with form identification. As you can see from the blanks here, there will be 4 phrases here. So we're either looking at a double period or a 4-phrase group or a repeated period. Remember how this works. The cadences we look at to decide if it is a double period or not are the 2nd and 4th cadences. As long as that 4th cadence is stronger than the 2nd cadence, it's a double period. And to say if it is parallel or contrasting, we look at the phrase letters of the 1st and 3rd phrases. So remember, the 2nd and 4th phrase letters don't matter, and the 1st and 3rd cadences don't matter. Here we go. I'll play it one time. 4 phrases. Here we go. Go back and listen to that a couple more times. And here come the answers. Phrase letters were A, B, A prime, and C. We call this a parallel double period. It's a double period because the 2nd cadence, the half cadence, is weaker than the 4th cadence, the IAC. And it is a parallel double period because the 1st and 3rd phrase letters were both A and A prime. That's all for today. I would encourage you, as you get ready for the practice final exam and the real final exams coming up next week and the week after that, go back and work through these YouTube lectures again. You probably don't remember exactly which intervals I played or what the harmonic dictation was. So if you can go back and just go through it again with fresh ears, get some extra reps on these, and of course practicing on your own, ideally at a piano, but for sure singing. All right, that's all for today. Next time you hear from me will be during the practice exam next week. Let me know if you have any questions between now and then. Have a great day.